Young and the Restless. Eric Braeden shares stirring update. Is he back to YNR next week? Young and the Restless Eric Braeden, aka Victor Newman, had a lot to say after weeks of social media silence. What sparked the YNR actor to interact with fans again? It was the July 4th holiday, and Mr. Braeden shared a moving story way back from 1959. Check it out. Young and the Restless. Victor Newman actor Eric Braeden shares coming to America story. YNR's still on hiatus, so Eric Braeden's still not back as Victor Newman. But, from some photos back in June, it looks like he's staying fit while many Californians stick with shelter-in-place quarantine. Eric posted photos out hiking and looking fit and healthy, if a little scruffy until he got a haircut. This time, the Young and the Restless legacy actor's update was about when he moved from Germany to America. Today, he's Victor on YNR. Back then, in the late 50s, Eric Braeden was 18 and fresh off the boat. He said he arrived in America in New York City and visited an iconic landmark first thing. Eric said the holiday was getting to me when he saw fireworks in NYC. He said when he first stepped off the boat, he had his first chocolate shake and cheeseburger at a diner atop the Empire State Building. He said, "What a great country we live in," and "God bless America." Is Victor back to YNR when they resume filming soon? We reported a while back that Young and the Restless might hold off bringing older actors back to the set. However, Eric wants to get back to work as Victor Newman. The actor even recommended that older cast members who want to return to work might sign COVID risk waivers. Recently, we heard from a source at CBS Daytime that Young and the Restless wanted to resume filming this week, July 6th to 10th. However, a surge in cases and safety concerns saw them reportedly push the date back a week. Now, we've heard they hope for a mid-July return to filming. So, will Victor be back in those first new Young and the Restless episodes? Our source leaked that Adam, Sharon, and Nick would be the first characters back. But, hopefully, we'll see Victor soon since he's key to the Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, Kansas murder plot. What we'd like to see happen with Victor in new Young and the Restless episodes. Fingers crossed that YNR starts filming next week. Second, let's hope they get Eric Braeden back to work soon. There's plenty of stories in the works involving Victor. We also heard from our source that Victor and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, stay together while other pairs split. CBS Daytime tasked Young and the Restless writers to ramp things up with storylines since they had so much time to plan over the hiatus. Reportedly, they'll shake up couples and wrap unpopular plots. So, let's hope the writers have big plans for Victor and the other Newmans. In the meantime, it sure looks like Eric Braeden's in fighting shape, ready to step back into the role of Victor Newman on Young and the Restless. Now, we're just counting the days until they get back to shooting. As of now, we could see new YNR episodes back in late August / early September. Of Young and the Restless. Eric Braeden shares stirring update. Is he back to YNR next week? The relentless world of Genoa City always keeps its citizens, and its loyal viewers, on the edge of their seats, and no character embodies that high-stakes drama more than the indomitable Victor Newman. But in recent years, the drama has extended beyond the television screen as the legendary actor who portrays him, Eric Braeden, has battled personal health challenges, prompting an outpouring of concern and speculation about his future on the #1 daytime drama, The Young and the Restless, YNR. Today, the soap opera world is abuzz with a stirring update directly from the man himself, sending a tremor of excitement through the fanbase. After months of his presence on screen fluctuating, the burning question on every fan's mind has a new, hopeful light cast upon it. Is Eric Braeden, the one and only Victor Newman, set to make a dominant, full-time return to YNR next week? The Lions' health battle. A true-life Victor story. To understand the intensity of the current anticipation, one must look back at the real-life struggle Eric Braeden shared with his devoted fans. In early 2023, the veteran actor revealed he had been diagnosed with high-grade bladder cancer. This shocking news came as he was already recovering from knee replacement surgery, demonstrating a commitment to his craft and his audience that is nothing short of heroic. Braeden, in a characteristic display of candor and resilience, used his diagnosis not as a secret to be kept, but as a public call to action, urging men to prioritize their health screenings. His updates became must-watch moments for the YNR faithful, who watched the real-life Black Knight take on the fight of his life with the same fierce determination as his on-screen alter ego. By August 2023, Braeden delivered the news everyone had prayed for. He was cancer-free. He shared the triumphant update, noting that doctors, couldn't find a damn thing. However, as any cancer survivor knows, the battle transitions to ongoing monitoring and prophylactic treatments. In updates since, including as recently as early 2024, Braden has maintained that his cancer diagnosis is on hold, expressing gratitude for his doctors and the immense support of his fans. He has been continuously active on social media, sharing glimpses into his life, his continued physical fitness, and his philosophical musings, all while assuring fans that he remains dedicated to his role. Back to Genoa City, the question of Victor's presence. While the health news has been overwhelmingly positive, viewers of The Young and the Restless have observed that Victor Newman's screen time has, understandably, been managed in recent months, often appearing in key, pivotal scenes rather than the everyday corporate and family wrangling that once defined his presence. He remains the patriarch, the ultimate chess master, but his appearances are sometimes spaced out. This is where the new, stirring update comes into play. While there is no official CBS press release confirming Victor Newman's daily presence next week, Eric Braden's recent activity and hints strongly suggest that Victor Newman will be front and center, wielding his power in a significant way. Recent spoilers for Y&R storylines have indicated an immediate and pressing need for the Newman patriarch's full attention. Plots swirling around Newman Enterprises, his children, especially the complex rivalry and dynamics involving Victoria, Nick, and Adam, and his ongoing, if often temporary, truce with Jack Abbott, all demand the presence of the great Victor Newman. For instance, the never-ending clash of wills between Victor and those who threaten his family's legacy seems to be reaching a fever pitch. Reports and recent teasers point to Victor making a major, unexpected deal and laying down the law. These are not the actions of a character on the periphery. These are the central, driving forces of the show's most powerful man. The plot is demanding Victor's forceful return to the main stage, and based on Braden's recent, energetic communications with fans, it appears he is ready to deliver. The fan engagement. Why this news shocks and delights. The term shocking news often implies a negative twist in the soap world, but for Y&R fans, the shock lies in the sheer relief and exhilaration of seeing their favorite star not only healthy but roaring back into action. Eric Braden, now celebrating over 45 years in the role, is a pillar of daytime television. His connection with the audience is not merely one of actor to viewer, but a decades-long relationship of shared history. Fans have flocked to social media, translating Braden's personal messages of feeling better and hints of wonderful scenes coming soon into an immediate assumption. The Lion of Genoa City is back to reclaim his throne. A full, active return for Braden next week would mean immediate storyline acceleration. Victor's presence always raises the stakes. Whatever mild drama is brewing instantly becomes a crisis when he is involved. Nikki and Victor unity. More scenes with Melody Thomas Scott, Nikki Newman, celebrating one of the most iconic couples in soap history. The ultimate power play. A new, definitive move by Victor to assert control over Newman Enterprises and his often rebellious children. Conclusion. A week to tune in. While the official weekly schedule may not explicitly list every single day of Eric Braden's appearances, the momentum is undeniable. His triumphant health update, coupled with the critical turning points in the current storylines, makes a massive Victor Newman presence an absolute necessity for the dramatic arc of The Young and the Restless. Is Eric Braden back to Y&R next week in a major way? All signs point to a resounding yes. The man who has embodied Victor Newman's resilience for over 4 decades has emerged from a real-life battle even stronger, and Genoa City is about to feel the full, magnificent force of the great Victor Newman once again. Get ready for a week of power, passion, and the unmistakable, commanding voice of the man who runs it all. This is the shocking, yet delightful news that fans have been waiting for. The Newman Empire is safe, for now, because Victor Young and the Restless for Adam, Sharon, and more in new episodes. Young and the Restless spoilers indicate the soap film's new episodes soon with Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. Given the leak that these two have scenes together soon, what's next for them? Is romance in the cards in new Y&R episodes? Young and the Restless new episodes. Adam Newman and Sharon Newman. Our inside source at CBS Daytime promised that Adam Newman's in the first new scenes, and he'll be sharing screen time with Sharon Newman. So, what's happening with them? It seems the CBS Sudzers correcting a terrible misstep with Sharon's cancer story. Young and the Restless viewers cried foul when writers omitted Adam from this plotline. Even though Sharon Newman refused his proposal, they were very close, not too long ago. So, Why leave Adam Newman out of Sharon Newman's medical crisis? It made no sense. So, expect Young and the Restless to correct that soon as Sharon tells Adam she's got cancer. This heads into some significant couples changes in Genoa City. Several of these could impact Adam's life, as well as Sharon's, in new YNR episodes coming this fall. Shaddam on YNR mirrors real-life Mark Grossman and Sharon case romance? When Young and the Restless first introduced recast Adam Newman, it was Sharon Newman at his side. They made love, he proposed, then the show randomly ended them. It was abrupt and strange. At the same time, they abruptly broke up Chick and put Chatham back together. No matter what couple you ship on Young and the Restless, you probably noticed these breakups and new pairings seemed out of the blue. So, over the hiatus, the writers scripted some more splits and new romances. We'd expect these to be just as abrupt as the last ones. Plus, we reported that enhanced safety concerns could limit actor interaction on Young and the Restless, including love scenes. So, CBS's sister soap B&B will use actors partners. Since Mark Grossman's dating Sharon case, all the more reason for a reunion of Adam and his ex Sharon, right? Young and the Restless comings and goings. Cast change makes room for Sharon Adam? Another hint that YNR's getting back to Sharon Newman paired with Adam Newman is a rumored cast change. Our source behind the scenes said Jordi Villasuso might exit as Ray Rosales. If so, then Sharon would be single. But Adam's still engaged to Chelsea Newman, Melissa Claire Egan. So, that's a roadblock on Young and the Restless. However, we also heard Nick moves to get back with Chelsea. Plus, the source said the Adam-Chelsea wedding wouldn't happen as the writers changed direction. Assuming everything happens we've heard, it's Chick again and also Shaddam. For now, Young and the Restless pushed back their planned start date until mid-month. So, we're not expecting to hear that they're shooting Adam Newman scenes with Sharon Newman for a week or two. When we do, we'll be sure to update Genoa City. Noah's crash is no accident, shattering Schick and threatening Adam's fragile peace. Genoa City is reeling, a dark cloud settling over the Newman Ranch and extending its shadow over Crimson Lights. The latest episodes of The Young and the Restless deliver a monumental, gut-wrenching twist that will forever change the dynamic between Sharon, Nick, and the entire Newman dynasty. What started as a tragic accident has exploded into a full-blown criminal investigation, a targeted attack that has Sharon Newman on the brink of a complete breakdown and threatens to pull Adam back into the family's darkest dramas. The emotional core of Genoa City, Sharon and Nick, are currently living a nightmare that echoes their most painful past. In Los Angeles, their son, Noah Newman, remains in a medically induced coma following a catastrophic car crash. For Sharon, the sterile hospital setting is an agonizing mirror of the night she lost her daughter, Cassie, to a similar tragedy. The raw, hysterical phone call Sharon made to Nick, screaming that it was happening all over again, was a chilling masterstroke of soap opera drama, immediately catapulting Nick onto the Newman jet for an emergency flight to L.A. This shared crisis, a child's life hanging in the balance, is forging an undeniable, intense bond between Schick once more, pushing all other relationships to the periphery. But the real shocker came with the arrival of the mysterious Detective Burrow. The targeted hit, a new mystery for Nick and Sharon. Detective Burrow's revelation is the kind of explosive turn that defines YNR. Noah's crash, he suggests, was not an accident. A witness account indicates a second vehicle deliberately ran Noah off the road. This bombshell transforms a family tragedy into a major crime, forcing Nick to shift from grieving father to relentless investigator. His fury is palpable, his singular focus now fixed on finding the person who targeted his son. The immediate question is, who has a grudge against Noah Newman that runs this deep? Noah has been notoriously secretive about his recent life in Los Angeles, only revealing a burgeoning nightclub venture. Spoilers hint that this venture, its shady investors, or a debt gone wrong, could be the key. This targeted hit suggests an unseen enemy, someone powerful and ruthless who has successfully wounded the Newman clan at their most vulnerable point. Nick's subsequent search for answers will lead him dangerously close to a long-held Newman secret, one that Victor and other powerful players are desperate to keep buried. Adam's tightrope walk, pulled back to the brink. While Nick and Sharon are consumed by the crisis in L.A., Adam Newman is facing his own volatile situation in Genoa City, though his focus is less on family tragedy and more on corporate warfare. Adam and Chelsea, reveling in the global destruction of Kane Ashby's reputation following their hit piece, are feeling dangerously smug. They believe they have successfully cornered their rival. However, their triumph is short-lived. Kane, backed by an impulsive and vengeful Phyllis Summers, is mobilizing a terrifying counterattack using his dangerous AI technology against the Newmans. Victor, ever the puppet master, is keeping a hawk-like watch over Adam. Victor's warning to Adam, to keep a tight rein on his temper and his corporate maneuvers, is less fatherly advice and more a strategic ultimatum. Adam has been playing the good corporate soldier, enjoying a fragile peace with Chelsea and Connor, but the escalating war with Kane and the looming threat to the Newman Empire is pushing him back toward his darkest, most ruthless self. The Adam-Chelsea-Nick triangle is set to reignite in a spectacular fashion. As Nick's investigation deepens, he will be desperate for answers and will inevitably clash with Adam, whose methods he always distrusts. Adam, meanwhile, will likely use his own shady contacts to uncover the truth about Noah's crash, potentially putting him right back in Sharon's orbit as a surprising source of support and information. This common ground, centered on the fate of their nephew/son, will be a devastating blow to Chelsea, who has fought so hard for Adam's attention and loyalty. Will the Noah crisis be the catalyst that finally shatters Adam and Chelsea's domestic bliss, driving him back to Sharon, his eternal comfort and confidant? Genoa City fallout, Audra's ghost and the Abbott feud. The ripple effects of this week's drama extend across Genoa City, threatening to expose old secrets and fracture fragile bonds. Audra Charles is blindsided by the arrival of Sienna Bacall, Tamara Braun, a mysterious woman from Holden's past in Los Angeles. Sienna's clear disdain for Audra confirms that Audra has a checkered and sketchy past in L.A. that involves Tucker McCall and Holden Novak. As Nick chases down the truth about Noah's car crash in the same city, it's all but guaranteed that his investigation will cross paths with this new web of deceit, putting Audra's future at Newman Media in immediate jeopardy. Could Audra or one of her shady L.A. contacts be linked to the people Noah was involved with? Meanwhile, the Abbott family feud hits a critical turning point. Jack Abbott's attempt to extend an olive branch to a spiraling Billy comes just as Billy's mother, Jill, makes a shocking decision about her relationship with him and leaves Genoa City. Billy, feeling constantly overshadowed and frustrated by his mother's enabling of Kane, is on the brink of a dangerous spiral. Jack's efforts to save his brother will put him at odds with Victor and Adam as the Kane-Newman-Abbott feud intensifies. The ultimate question: will Noah survive? The most critical suspense for viewers is the prognosis for Noah. The severity of his facial and skull injuries, coupled with the haunting parallels to Cassie's death, guarantees that the next few weeks will be an emotional roller coaster. Sharon's desperation, Nick's unyielding determination, and Victor's mobilization of all his resources highlight the sheer terror gripping the Newman family. This new wave of episodes has successfully ratcheted up the stakes. A son's life hangs in the balance, a criminal conspiracy is exposed, and the most iconic relationships in Genoa City are heading for an unprecedented reckoning. The question is no longer what will happen, but who will survive the fallout of the targeted attack on Noah Newman. The answer will reshape the canvas of The Young and the Restless forever.